What's the first thing everybody tells you to do when you're going to dispute a medical bill? Internet is full of bad advice and telling you get an itemized bill first. Do not do that. That's the dumbest thing you can do this day and time, because the hospitals have caught on to what people are doing. For those that do look at their medical claims, they know what they're looking for. So don't jump out and get that itemized bill first. What you should do, the first request should be just ask for the medical records. Do not ask for the medical records and the itemized bill at the same time, because that's going to throw all sorts of red flags. They're going to know you're looking. They've kind of got accustomed to knowing who's asking for what and why. So you want to get your medical records first. Everybody asks for medical records. You may be going to another hospital. You may need them for your doctor. There's a bazillion reasons for you to get your medical records, but as soon as you request that itemized bill, that's going to throw a red flag. And I can tell you right now, getting an itemized bill alone will not automatically lower your costs. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. So the best sequence of events is a week or so after you leave the hospital, request your medical records. Medical records first. And you want to wait a week or so because you want all your lab results in. You want your imaging, x-rays, CT scans, MRIs. You want all those to be read and the results in the medical records. If you request them too early, you may get an incomplete set of records. Now, why is this the best sequence? If you watch my other video about the $10,000 procedure the guy didn't need, I was fighting that claim for him, and they send me this email that says, I do know the claim was updated with diagnosis code I08.1. What's wrong with that? I had the medical records in my hand. That diagnosis was nowhere on the claim. In the healthcare system, if it's not documented, it's not done. And if they didn't document that diagnosis code on those medical records, there was no justification for the procedure he got. And then even after I proved that, they tried to send him to collections for $10,000, and that went away real fast when I threatened to send him to the fraud unit. Here's another example, and this one's relatively new, January. So this claim comes in. These are the procedure codes. Anything starts with an 8, if you're looking on a hospital bill, that is the lab code. If it starts with a 7, that's x-ray. So this is the only diagnosis code on the claim. It's effusion of the knee, also known as water on the knee. So they bill him $2,350 for lab work. So I dug a little bit deeper, and these lab codes here are taken directly from here. So then I went and pulled up the diagnosis code. Don't get confused by these codes. It's not that hard. Once it clicks, you'll understand, and you'll be able to do this in your sleep. But these codes are the only ones that are justifiable for this diagnosis code. There's only one code that's on the same one, on each one, and that's 85025, which happens to be a CBC, and if I had to guess, that's an accidental code that was actually justified by this diagnosis, because none of this claim makes sense. Long story short, the total charges payable on this claim, based on that diagnosis, the only ones that were medically necessary is that 85025, $40 out of $2,350. Now, they're charging $40, charging you $40, but if Medicare was paying this claim, they would pay $7.77. So, moral of the story is, just because your insurance company says it's covered does not mean it's payable. Just because it's billed does not mean it's medically necessary. But the important part is not medically necessary does mean it is not payable, not by your insurance company, not by you, not by anybody else. Your insurance company may process this claim and they may apply $1,000 to your deductible. You can still fight the hospital. Let the insurance company keep everything they want applied to your deductible. But with the right knowledge and the right tools, you do not have to pay that hospital for something that they did that was not medically necessary. If you need help with requesting your medical records or your itemized bills, there's links to letter templates. All you have to do is click the link, go to the template, copy, paste it into Word or Google Docs, whatever you use, fill out your information, send it off. Use certified mail or priority mail to make sure that you have proof that they actually received it. Otherwise, they've only got 30 days to give you this information, so they may say, well, we didn't get it. Well, you've got notification that they did. Anyway, follow those links, just copy and paste. I made it easy for you. But you've got to get control of your own health care costs, because if you don't get it, it ain't going to get got. I'll see you in the next video. I'm on here at least twice a week, always with new tips and tricks to let you know how the American healthcare system is taking our money. Hit that follow button, hit the like button, turn on your notifications, because some of these things, some of these videos, they may only be 4 minutes, but they could save you tens of thousands of dollars. I'll see you next time.